Welcome to the Wood Technology Room. My name is Ricky O'Keefe and I teach wood technology, graphics and ICT skills to junior cycle students. I teach the corresponding subjects, construction studies and design and communication graphics to senior cycle students. I'm here today to give you some information about the subjects wood technology and construction studies in Scolvera. My colleague Mr. Ruben Dowling has created a video about graphics which you can also find on this tour. And I would also ask you to take time to look at the 3D photo of the room and to zoom in, and you can see a lot of the project work that has been done by students over the past number of years. So all first years do wood technology as part of the taster program in first year. Common question: what is wood technology? Wood technology is about developing problem solving skills. Students are given a problem, they are required to design and make a solution to that problem. In the video that appears next, you can see first years solving a problem. The problem that was posed to them was they were to design a clock that had an animal theme. So they went through the process, right? And the process involved analysing the problem, designing a solution through sketching, modelling that solution on cardboard, creating that solution on the piece of wood, right? Using fret saws, sanding, pyrography, varnishing. And then at the end, they reflect on the work they've done and they appraise it, their overall appearance, its function, and they also look at what they've learned while doing this project. So now we'll take a look at a video of some first year students doing wood technology. So a very important part of this when the project is finished is to reflect on what's happened. And students take a look at their project and they critically appraise it under a number of headings. The overall appearance, the quality of the finish, the creativity, the skills they used. And they also then use this information, they record this information, and it's to enable them to improve their skills, their creativity, when they go forward and design their next project. So assessment. In year 2, there is a CBA entitled Wood Science in Our Environment, where students research anything to do with wood, gather their findings and then present their findings. A simple example would be like, why would you use ash to make a hurley instead of using maybe oak? A student doing that would look into the properties of ash, compare them to the properties of oak, and then present the findings as to why ash is more suitable for hurley making than oak. In year 3, the CBA is to enable students to reflect on their skills and what they have learned, and like their practical skills, but also their research skills, their analysis skills, etc. Then there's a project which is worth 190 marks, which is issued by the State Exams Commission. They issue 3, student selects one and goes through the whole process. The design journey log is 90 marks, and then there's a wood science exam in June, which is worth 120 marks. So we'll take a look at some previous projects. So this was to design a project that showed the contrast in light between summer and autumn. So this girl designed a dome with 2 contrasting color woods. This leaf, the front of it was made from the dark color and the back of it was made from the clear color, and it could revolve around, and that was to show the difference between the light in summer and the dark of autumn. The brief for this was a wall-mounted storage unit. So this guy just decided to make it in the shape of a heart. This girl decided to make her wall-mounted storage unit in the shape of a butterfly. This was to store newspapers and magazines, and this was done by lamination. The wood around the bottom there was cut and bent. This was designed to remind us that we need to mind our oceans, and this was meant to reflect the poisoning from plastic in fish. You can see the hands from the person holding the fish in their hands and the plastic in the belly. This was also for a similar brief, and this one took a tortoise and it had the plastic rings around its neck. So you can see everybody has a different take on different things, and students in Scoil get to express their own ideas and do their own work. Now we'll take a look at construction studies, which is the Leaving Cert equivalent of wood technology. Now it's broken down into 3 parts. There's a written exam, which is worth 50%. There's a practical exam, which is worth 25%. And there's a project and portfolio, which is worth 25% as well. The theory, which is worth 50%. In the theory section, we look at the science behind modern building trends, always keeping up to date with the latest building regulations and environmental considerations. While this might sound very technical and heavy going, in Scoil we use a number of different approaches to make it easier to understand, such as self-paced guided learning using interactive videos, online quiz games such as Kahoot, Quizlet, and we also use group work to do research projects. The practical exam is a 4-hour skills exam, and during the 2 years of construction studies, students are constantly practicing for this exam, so it gives them the best opportunity when it does happen. Project is an open brief, so the student can decide between furniture type, model a part of a building, a heritage project, or new technologies. Students carry out and record the results of 3 experiments related to their project work. The project and brief is worth 20% and the 3 experiments are worth 5%. So we'll take a look at some project work for construction studies. This was a games table designed and made by one of the students. This is a bed for a dog, designed and made by the same student who made the leaf to symbolize the difference between summer and autumn. This was a design by a student who took her existing house and decided to redesign it so it would use less energy. So she took the existing footprint and theoretically changed the layout of the rooms, and in her model she made larger windows, etc., so she gained more natural light and more heat. This was made by one of this year's Leaving Cert students. He decided he needed something to store his sports equipment. This was also made by one of this year's Leaving Cert students. He made a little jewellery box. He cut handcrafted dovetail joints. The handle on top is carved from a piece of lime. Now thank you for taking the time to visit the woodwork room, and hopefully we will see you here in the future. Thanks again.